Hey everyone, I'm James Tatro here with your Southwest Ag Grain Market Update for March 16, 2018. So as the local weather continues to stay cool, seems like the markets are starting to follow that trend as well after a few hot weeks of solid gains. So today I want to cover some of the U.S. export numbers and a bit of what's going down in the States and what we're seeing in the Ontario market as far as values. So as we take a look back at last week's USDA report, we need to focus on a few key numbers within that report. So last week, the USDA pegged ending stocks at 2.1 billion bushels, which fell below pre-report estimates. Exports also increased by 175 million bushels to 2.2 billion bushels, which is the number we need to focus on over the next little bit, as the market seems to have assumed the worst for Argentina, and we have a decent idea of what's going on in Brazil. So if we take notice to that 2.2 billion bushel export number, we know roughly that in early March, US shipped around 740 million bushels in the first half of 18, which is down 28% from a year ago. That decrease was due in large part to recent floodings down in the lower Mississippi, and some part due to the South America's big corn harvest in early 2017. So USDA's new 2.2 billion bushel export number means that the US is going to have to ship some version of 1.4 billion bushels of corn in the second half of 2018, which is a huge number considering they only shipped about 1.1 billion bushels of corn in the second half last year. But we're seeing, high importers buying US corn at the fastest pace since the mid-90s. Which is encouraging to see if the US wants to hit their large export number. With 25 weeks left in the current marketing year, exporters will need to move an average of around 1.45 million tons per week to meet the USDA's full season forecast. The previous record for weekly shipments from mid-March to the end of August was about 1.2 million tons. That was set back in 2016. So as the drought continues in Argentina and limited corn supplies are coming out of Brazil, the doors are wide open for the US to chew through their large surplus of corn. However, if they fail to continue this pace and exports don't reach the magical number USDA is estimating and US corn goes into the ground in great conditions, we could see a big price correction in the corn market. Another thing to take note as we move into planting season and crop progress reports, the drought in the southern plains continues to be a developing story. I seen a tweet a few days ago about southwest Kansas going into 156 days with less than a tenth of rain. So keep an eye on the US drought monitor, like I said, as we move into planting season in the southern US. Lastly, here in Ontario, just wanted to update you guys on some bids and what we're seeing. We are currently seeing domestic bids fall as the Canadian dollar falls. We continue, however, to see strong bids coming from the exporters out of Hamilton. In my discussion with growers over the last couple weeks, it sounds like a large amount of growers got a good chunk of their crops sold at these profitable levels and are possibly holding out for the rest of their crop to see if we can muster up another rally. So this has been your Southwest Ag Grain Market Update. I'm James Tatro. Have a great weekend and happy St. Patrick's Day.